After we've accomplished step one, which is conditioning, then we go to the second step for becoming the best kicker that you can be, and that's the equipment that you're going to use. You're going to start off by getting a good football. For you guys that have been around a little while, the bigger guys, you're going to want to use a normal football. This is an NFL football that, just like the one that I played with for so many years in the NFL. It's a normal size football. But for you little guys out there that are just starting and wanting to learn to kick, you want to make sure that you don't try to start off kicking a big football, because this is not going to help you. It's going to make you do things that normally you wouldn't do. You want to start off with a smaller football, such as this one right here. This is a little K2. My 9-year-old son uses this one to practice with. It helps him to practice the form that we're going to be teaching you today so that he can go through with it and not have to force himself to kick a heavier football or a football that's too big for him. So it's very important that you use equipment that fits your size. The second part of equipment, or the second piece of equipment that you really need, is the kicking tee. Now these are kickoff tees. This is a 2-inch kickoff tee, this is a 1-inch kickoff tee, and there's also a 3-inch kickoff tee. And they're very important. You have to learn how to use them, because when you get to kickoffs, you're going to have to learn how to plant the ball or put the ball on the tee in such a way that you're going to be able to hit the sweet spot of that football every time, because the sweet spot is where it's at. If you can hit the sweet spot every time, that football is going to go as straight and as far and as high as it can possibly go with the strength that you have in your legs. So the football and the tees, then you have another tee here. Well, let's look at this one first. This is the block, because this is for extra points. When you're kicking extra points in high school, most of the kids use a block. Now it's important that you use one that is a standard size, but one piece of advice: when you get that block, put your white dot in the middle of it so that your holder is going to have to hit that spot every time instead of putting the football somewhere on this tee. Then you're going to be working by yourself a lot, because in order to be a successful kicker, you have got to practice every day. You've got to kick a lot of footballs. You're not going to have too many people that are going to be willing to stand out there and shag balls for you. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a ball holder such as this one, this big one right here where you just put the ball down and it holds it, or one like this where you just take, it's just a little tee with a hole in it, and you can take and sit the ball on it and it holds the ball, but it also puts it down on the ground. Those two are very important because, as I said, you're going to be out there by yourself working hard to become the best kicker that you can be. But probably the most important piece of equipment that you as a kicker are going to have is your shoe. If you're a straight-on kicker, you need to get you a square-toed shoe. This square toe is going to determine whether you're consistent or not, because you're hitting a round ball. And if you hit this round ball with this square toe, you're going to be consistent most of the time, because you're aiming for a spot and you've got a little chance by having a square edge over here. But if you go out and you try to kick with another round-toed shoe, you've got a round object hitting a round shoe, you're not going to be very consistent. So remember that. Try to find you a square-toed shoe for those straight-on guys. But if you're soccer now, you want to get a regular shoe. But you want to get one that is a very tight shoe, fits you tight around the foot. It must fit tight so that you can feel the ball when it hits your foot so that you can control it. It's very important now. Remember, a tight shoe that fits very tight so that you can control the football.